Thank you. My wife and I met on stage. It was a little smaller than this. It's a community theater, and off stage we became friends, and friendship caught fire. She became the queen of my heart, and she called me her knight in shining armor. And we got married, and we had a wonderful life, and we did a lot of things, and we loved to travel. And then 2008 came along, and the business I'd started failing badly, and nothing I could do could stop it. And I felt like a failure because it was a question of whether or not I was going to be able to provide for my queen. I had to finally admit that the business was gone and get a safe government job, which was no such thing. It would have been great, except the day I got my job, my wife lost hers. And the bills started to pile up. And so some we didn't pay for a while, some we didn't pay at all. And then the phone started ringing, and we learned not to answer the phone anymore because we knew who was calling. And then the knocks at the door started happening, and we learned to not answer the door because we knew who was there. And basically, we started just hiding in our home, in a house that we knew the bank would take from us someday. And it crushed me to see what it was doing to her. One of the traditions we'd kept was a Christmas party for all our family and friends, and every year we had it, no matter how bad times got, we kept having this party because we had to celebrate what we had, and we couldn't let anybody know that we were having a tough time. And one year, my wife Stella said, "I don't want to have the party this year at all." She was so afraid that people would see her situation. But I insisted. I said that we'd have the party. She was so worried that a bill collector would come to the door while our family and friends were there. And I told her, "Don't worry about that. It's Christmas time. People don't act like that at Christmas." So we had our party. We had a few friends and family there. And there was a knock on the door. And I opened it, of course, expecting another guest. And I looked straight into the face that I didn't recognize. And it took me a minute, but my ears started buzzing, and I'm pretty sure the earth fell away from my feet because I realized it was somebody with a foreclosure notice. So I stepped outside the door as quickly as I could to try to hide what was going on, but she saw it, and I dealt with the server, and as I came back in the house, I saw the look in her eye that I had let her down, I let us down in the worst possible way. And I died a little bit inside. Into all the middle of this, shortly thereafter, comes a friend with a smile and a stupid bottle of face cream. And my wife, she's a trooper. She said, I know we don't have the money for this. Never mind. I'm going to tell her no. I'm going to tell her no. And she kept telling her no. And oh my gosh, she told her no. And she kept at her and kept at her and kept at her. And she finally said, "If it'll shut you up, I will try the stupid face cream." So she tried it, and Lord help me, she liked it. And now I knew I had a real problem because all the other things I couldn't provide, I couldn't buy an extravagance. And that's what it was. And she knew that. But she made a deal with me. She said, "This year, I don't want anything for Valentine's, anniversary, birthday, Christmas. I don't want anything, but I want that bottle." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen." And it took me months. It took me months to scrape together $110. Yeah, full retail. But in the months when I was scraping together the money, I started looking at this business because I thought to myself, as bad off as we were, and she still wanted that bottle that badly, how badly would other people want it? And I thought, maybe there's something here. So while I'm scraping together the money, I'm looking and I'm researching and I'm skeptical. You know, I've seen people hurt by these things, and I saw what my mom did with that A word. Anyway, and you know, I'm not going to be taken by one of those things. But the more I looked, the more I liked. The more I tried to find a reason not to do it, I couldn't find it. We went to a market party. Again, the friend, come to the presentation, come to the presentation. No, 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 no. If it'll shut you up, we'll go. So we went, and as the story unfolded, the presenter was sharing, these questions came up on my mind, and they all started with two words: what if? What if this was real? What if this company was legitimate? What if these people really are everything they say they are? What if I had a chance to finally be in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity, and I could do it? What if the only way to fail was to never get started? And so I don't know how, but I scraped together the money and we got started. We got started sharing pictures. We got started sharing bottles. We got started with the parties. And 32 days later, we had our kit money back, all of it. We hadn't traveled in years. 2 months later, we went to St. Louis for the first conference. A month later, we had a team, and 12 months later, we hit the Lexus bonus. And that gave us the chance to take what I think is the most beautiful before and after picture I've ever seen. It's my wife and I in front of our beat-up old white van before, and us in front of a beautiful white Lexus SUV as an after. I think that's beautiful. What Nerium gave me more than anything, it saved our house, it saved our home, and it may have saved our marriage, but what it saved more is my belief in myself that I can do this, I can provide for my family, and I know I'm going to do it because I'm so confident that on June 30th, I walked away from that safe government job and I do Nerium full-time now. Thank you, Jeff Olson. Thank you, Nerium family. I love you.